What is going on, everyone? This is Punk with a Controller. I'm one of your hosts, Paul Sabo. I'm joined by Jay Hamilton, aka twitch.tv/LordxHam. Go show him some love. We go live Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, usually around 7 p.m. These last few weeks have been a little fucked. I'll get into that after this little opening. Eastern Standard Time, breaking down what's up in the video game industry, catching up with each other and what we've been playing and what we've been watching. We end with a closing topic that's been a lot of fun. Some of them have been our favorite games of all time. The last week's was ranking the consoles. It's been a lot of fun, so go over to youtube.com/punkwithacontroller and check all of those out. All 8 episodes are live. This one will be live by the end of this weekend. So please like and subscribe over there. Like and subscribe at twitch.tv/punkwithacontroller and twitch.tv/LordxHam. Let us know in the comments of the YouTube channel what you want to see us cover, what you want to see us change, anything you like, anything you don't like. I will take all criticisms. I am a strong boy. Jay, it's fucking hot, man.
Dude, you don't even know.
I put in my AC yesterday, and because I don't have central air, so I had to put in the AC in my house and then in my bedrooms and everything. And it's nice right now, but my God, just within the snap of a finger, it went from like 65, 70 to fucking 85, 90.
Yeah, I work outside 10 hours plus a day in the sun. Like, dude, I'm like super, like you could like see the sunburn. Maybe, I don't know. I'm like super tan now. Like, look at this.
Oh God. Put it away. Put it away.
I'm pasty up there, boy.
Yeah, for sure.
Farmer's tan. But yeah, it's been freaking hot, man. So I'm enjoying a pomegranate margarita.
Yeah, I've gone over before. I work in a dry cleaner, so it is a sweatshop in there. Like when it's like 90 degrees outside, it's like 115 degrees in the back where I work. So, god damn it, hold on. The burps are already starting, everyone. But yeah, no, it's like I'm still better off compared to you because I don't get burned. Like I'm still working inside, so like I'm not, I don't have to worry about that aspect. But I'm just like so sticky. Every time I get off work and just covered with shit, I like need to shower 3 times a day now because of it.
Oh yeah.
It's super frustrating. But yeah, we had to start a little bit later today because it's my buddy's birthday. And everyone's over at my house right now pre-gaming before they go to the bar. And they're bar hopping, so I'm going to join them at some point tonight. So we're going to record this while they leave. Jay, how was your week? What'd you play? What'd you watch? Still on the Viking binge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Played some Valhalla, just a little bit here and there. Literally like this week there's like my favorite part that's happened so far that we can get into at the end of the show. But then I started like, every time I watch Vikings I watch like 4 episodes, so I was watching some of that. And The Great North, I was watching that. That's like dinner time. Sit down, watch that, eat some food. That's from the creators of Bob's Burgers.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it has what's his name? Nick Offerman is like the main like dad.
Oh, okay. Ron Swanson.
Yeah.
How's that?
It's funny as shit because they're like up in Alaska, so that he's like a mountain man. His name's Beef. And they have a son named Ham. Beef and Ham. Dude, I don't know. There's just something about it. It's got a good charm. Plus, I'm over Bob's Burgers. The show ran its course for me.
I never got into Bob's Burgers personally. Like, I watched
good.
a few episodes and like, yeah, it was. I don't know. I kind of really fell out of like animation. There's like some stuff that I still kept up with and like still go back and watch, but other than that, I've kind of fallen out of the animation game.
Oh, I forgot to put in there. Watch some old ass SpongeBob.
Oh fuck yeah, that I will keep up with.
I was I was still dying because like laughing because that show is like so funny, and even like on Amazon before it plays, it says like this show is rated for TV 17, and it says like adult language and shit. I'm like, what? Are you
Yeah,
kidding
no,
me?
some episodes they definitely claim some
Well,
stuff.
yeah, you know what it was? The hash slinging slasher. I
What?
told my girlfriend, I'm like, I know a couple guys that are hash slinging slashers. But yeah,
um
that's my week.
yeah, what was it? I Sunday I played some Returnal and some Resident Evil Village. I like this entire year I've only played games on stream, so I've kind of wanting to take some time to like play to myself. And god damn dude, Resident Evil, I am so bad with horror games. I can't do it. I'm really trying here. I might play some more this week on stream, but it's just so fucking hard for me. It is like so just exhausting to go through. Uh, and then Returnal, I beat the second boss and got to the third biome. Uh, at one point, I wanted to start, streaming, but I was afraid, it would like fucking if I had to change the settings on the PS5 to hook up the Elgato. I was afraid, it'd fuck up the app or something because you, God forbid, if that game stops running.
Right.
And dude, it was that fucking boss battle was insane for the second biome. Just at one like how in like TV and movies like when someone's playing they'll be like I'm gonna get you,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm coming for you. Whenever I see that in something, I'm like, that's so fucking stupid. Like no one plays games like that. No one, whatever.
But you did.
You might get into it a little bit, but like that, no, dude. By the end of this boss battle, I don't know why, but I started playing normally, and then throughout it, I just started turning more and more. And there was a point to where like I was playing with like the controller cocked out away from me, like turned completely 90-degree angle facing the screen like this. And like dude, it was one of those fights where it came down to like the last hit, either he hits me or I hit him and one of us dies, and it was so fucking epic. But like at that point, I was like, cool. I never want to play this game again because like I went to the third biome. I was so kitted out. I had so much shit, no health. So I'm like, I could like save right now and like just play it safe, but I'm just like, I'm just gonna fucking die so I could go and play Resident Evil. Um, so yeah, that shit is really cool and it's really fun. I saw a report that they're working on some sort of save function. Rumors at least that they're working on some sort of save function. So hopefully that's true. Final Fantasy 14, I streamed that Monday. I'm starting to get back into that. I bought another month subscription. I played a dungeon and did a couple side quests. God, that game's so fucking good. It's god damn it. It's like the dungeons are starting to get pretty damn difficult, but yeah, as it goes for MMOs, that game is just fucking chef's kiss amazing. Genshin Impact, that's basically the action JRPG that's Breath of the Wild knockoff. It's a free to play gacha game. I think it's better than Breath of the Wild personally. It's free to play on PC, mobile, and PlayStation. It's coming to Switch soon. It's totally fucking worth it. Like I know like the hard anime like style is hard for some people, but for me personally, the only really like hard thing with the game was the fairy that follows you around, basically the Navi knockoff. The voice actor for that is just so high pitched. Like I couldn't take it. I had to just turn the dialogue volume all the way down. Um, and then as for stuff I watched, I didn't really watch anything of note. Palm Springs. I don't know if you've seen that. That's a Hulu movie. If you got that, it's Andy Samberg. It's basically Groundhog Day, but the dude's been trapped in that time loop for so long you don't even know how long. Like he doesn't know how long, so that's how long he's been stuck there. So it's just a really funny concept, and they do a lot with that. And that movie was genuinely fucking hilarious. It was pretty star-studded too. And then I do not care about these movies at all. I was just bored looking for something to watch last night as I fell asleep. And I put on Hobbs and Shaw. Not a movie to fall asleep to. Very loud, very noisy, very explosive, very bad. Not a good movie. Not good at all. I cannot watch these Fast and Furious movies. My God. There was one
I
point
could
at
have
the
told you
beginning.
that.
There was one point at the beginning where I was like, oh shit. And I looked at my buddy. I was like, are we about to start watching Fast and Furious right now? And yeah, soon after that, I was like, God, is this still over? And then I paused. I was like, there's still an hour. And then, yeah, I turned it off and went to bed. And I never even finished it. But yeah, that's
Yeah, those
our
movies are trash now.
yeah, that's our weekly wrap up. Let me see here. So we're gonna move over into the news section. Oh no, God damn it, this keeps happening every time I do this. No. Oh God, no. No, no, no. Change the grid. Yes, there we go. Okay, cool. Oh, wait, why do you keep changing like that? I don't like that. No, God damn it. Oh no. that was a close one. Why does it keep? How do you fucking get it back to the third guy? This is frustrating as fuck. I don't want it like this. Let me God damn you, you fucking technical difficulty. You know, I want to create one of those screens where it's like straight up just technical difficulties. There we go. Okay. But now how much did that just now what's going on with okay. I see on Twitch we're blacked out right now. Oh, there we go.
No, we're
there we
good.
Go. Okay, we're good. Cool. Now, please don't change.
Oh,
We're still good, right? No, we changed.
yeah.
God damn it. This fucking app. I'm trying here, everyone. Give me a second. We're almost there. See, this is what I get for trying something new. I'm never doing that again. God damn you, you piece of shit. God damn you! We're going to get to the news someday. I promise. Jay, I apologize.
It worked that time, I think.
Okay. We're sized. We're in frame. Why did you just drop like that, you piece of shit? Dude. This is super sick. That do anything? That did fucking nothing. Sick. Oh my god. Okay. Let me close it all together.
Oh.
Pop it out again. Now let's drag it over.
I don't even know what you're trying to do.
If you look in Twitch, we're not in frame on our screen.
I can see your Discord.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, no, yes, you see in. All right, so we are just going to be slightly out of frame this episode. I'm not going to take the time to resize this. Maybe I will during the news segment, but let's just fucking jump over there while we can. Story number one. Let me just peep reset. All right, yeah, news frame. It's actually not so bad. All right, story number one. This is by this is a Games Beat over by Jeff Grubb. And I got a lot to say on this one personally, but I'm just going to read through this real quick. This is called Why Starfield Won't Be on PlayStation 5. Microsoft has no plans to release Bethesda's upcoming space role-playing adventure Starfield on Sony's competing PlayStation 5 console. That shouldn't surprise too many people after Xbox boss Phil Spencer said in March that Microsoft acquired Bethesda to add exclusives to Games Pass. But I've separately confirmed that this situation applies to Starfield through sources familiar with the decision. But some people keep asking about Starfield on PlayStation 5 because they don't have insight into Microsoft's reasoning. While Sony or Nintendo would certainly keep new acquisitions locked to their platforms, Xbox has a history of playing nice. Minecraft, for example, is still getting full support on PlayStation and Nintendo platforms. Microsoft even released the new Minecraft Dungeons game on PlayStation 5 and Switch. So why wouldn't Microsoft do the same for Bethesda games? The difference is that Microsoft is a platform unto itself with millions of active players, or Minecraft is a platform unto itself with millions of active players and in-game transactions, and it's a platform like that thrives when it's available everywhere. I've asked Xbox for a statement, and I'll update this story when if the company decides to comment. Starfield is most valuable to Xbox as a means to grow Xbox Games Pass, it continues. It says when Minecraft, God, that they just look so similar. When Minecraft can exist as its own service, Starfield is about growing the Xbox Game Pass service. And even if Bethesda has ambitions to make massive connected live service games, it's unlikely that anything will turn into the next Minecraft. So an effort like a blockbuster game release from the team that made the Elder Scrolls Skyrim is best if Microsoft treats it as an investment into a larger service. Jay, before I fucking pop off, because I've built up a lot of thoughts here. What do you think about this?
I think it'd be a smart move for Microsoft. But
Fucking
at the same
100%.
time, yeah, but will they? I don't know. Let them ride this one out. I just felt like this game was copying off of the Outer Worlds anyway. So
like I said, I've got a lot to say here. I'm pulling up my notes here separately on my new laptop. So first of all, I don't know how much I don't really know. I'm okay. It's like I don't want to, be one of those people who's just like, dude, it's like, how could you say that? It's totally still coming to PlayStation 5. I believe it is going to be exclusive to Xbox. 1 second here. I do believe it's going to be exclusive to Xbox and Windows, but I'm not 100%. And I'm not going to be 100% just because this guy, Jeff Grubb, who's insider, said he has sources that say so. He was wrong literally a few weeks ago. We talked about this in multiple different episodes. He reported that Battlefield 6 was going to be revealed. That reveal event was going to be at the end of May or around this time. And then like the week after that, EA announced that the Battlefield reveal was going to be happening in June. And a lot of people started calling for Andy McNamara, the director of comms for shooters over at EA, to be fired because Jeff Grubb, an insider, said otherwise. And like that's fucking bullshit. And did anything happen to this guy because he reported, he's like, I'm confirming this is happening, and it never happened. And then also, I'm just gonna pull this up real quick. So much shit has happened in the last week due to this game. It's actually become a joke, and I'm like personally a little fucking tired of it. So don't be surprised if we don't talk about Starfield too much after this game until it's actually shown, because that's the other thing. The game's never even been fucking shown besides a title card. But Jason Schreier reports this tweet right here was going around kind of virally. I want to say Tuesday or Wednesday, it looks like. Apparently Starfield has been pretty much done since September of last year. Bethesda Game Studio has spent this year polishing it and refining the next-gen port. I'm told they're trying to make up for Fallout 76 and deliver a game that's polished to perfection coming this year. Watch. So that was Yeah, that was trending a lot, and a lot of insiders started retweeting that with all their opinions. And Jason Schreier, the big cheese of insiders, the guy that everyone looks to for insiders, he retweeted that saying, rumors like this keep floating around, but Starfield is nowhere near done. According to several people familiar with development, it'll be at E3, but the planned release date I've heard is way later than most people expect, sharing this soon so that folks can keep their expectations in check. What people might not realize is that the bulk of Bethesda game studios, including the main office, was working on Fallout 76 until it launched. Starfield's team was very small until 2019. I don't believe that. I'll get into it in a second. Rumor that the game was planned for 2020 or far into production then was just not true. I've seen some skepticism about this point, to which I'd recommend you look at the credits, and that he's just referencing, all the people that are working on the game currently. But I say I don't believe I broke up there for a second. I say I don't believe the Starfield's team was very small up until 2019, just because that goes against what the writer and director of the game, Todd Howard, said, where he said, the team's been very strong and they've been, that's been their mainline game and what they've been mainly focusing on since I want to say he was talking about that as early as 2018 when the game was announced. So either this insider got poor knowledge or the director of the game is lying blatantly. Now, the former isn't out of question, but I would like to believe that the latter is false over the former. But like I said, the former could totally be true. But also, a lot of people are saying, yup, not coming this year. And then there's just been a lot of people commenting on this with a bunch of other insiders with all of their opinions. And it's making me question, do any of you guys really have anything? And there were people backtracking on stuff. So I don't know what to believe, honestly. And I don't believe that it is so certain right now that the game is coming to play or not coming to PlayStation 5. I say that mainly just because that's a really big fucking deal in the sense of, okay, the team, we could assume this game's been being worked on for at least 4 years, right? I think that's fair. 4 years? That goes back to 2018. I think that's a fair assessment. If it's been being worked on for that long, talks of Xbox buying Bethesda weren't going on until early 2020. So they were developing this game for multiple different consoles, multiple different generations, and then they got bought out. Are they supposed to just scrap all of that work? And if they do, isn't that kind of like a fuck you to their team? Because not only are we going to scrap all of this work, but we're going to put your game out for free on this console. And then at what point do you think Microsoft as a whole steps in? Like, yeah, Phil Spencer runs Xbox, but who's Phil Spencer's boss? At what point does he step in and be like, no, sorry, Phil. If you want to make Indiana Jones exclusive and bring all of Bethesda's games to Games Pass, that's fine, but you're not excluding this massive title from 120 million plus units. That's just not happening. So I really don't know what to believe here. Like I said, I do believe that it is going to be exclusive to Games Pass because, like you said, it does make the most sense, and that would be a fuck you. That would be a big middle finger to Sony. But my whole thing is, why don't you just say it? Like it says right here at the top, Xbox Phil Spencer said in March that Microsoft acquired Bethesda to add exclusives to Games Pass. When people read that, they're reading it like it's so obviously referring to Starfield, Elder Scrolls 6, Fallout 5, whatever that might be. And I'm like, why are you reading it so obviously like that? Because I'm reading it the exact opposite. I'm reading it like Xbox boss Phil Spencer said in March that Microsoft acquired Bethesda to add exclusives to Games Pass. Exclusives like Bethesda's entire catalog of games is going to come to Games Pass. When Indiana Jones is exclusive, I wouldn't be surprised if that's exclusive. The next Doom gets a year exclusivity, or Wolfenstein gets a year of exclusivity. But I tweeted this out actually. I wouldn't be surprised if Xbox doesn't even know if it's exclusive or not. Like, come the final reveal at E3 in a few weeks, when Xbox actually hits the stage, because they did announce that Xbox and Bethesda are merging their conference for just one big showcase. I almost want to place a bet with someone out there that it starts with world premiere, and then it shows the gameplay trailer, looks awesome, and then it just ends with 2022. Like, that's it. Summer 2022, maybe. I'm not sure. Jason Schreier says a lot later, I was reading other reports from insiders saying 2023. I was seeing other reports from insiders saying this. If Jason Schreier is right, then all of my insiders who have been right for the last so and so amount of years are completely wrong and feeding me completely false information. So I just find this whole situation completely obtuse, and I don't really know who to believe. And I wish I could pull it up, or I wish I added it, but there's a clip of Todd Howard from the most recent Xbox. They do these things where just the heads get together and talk about their projects. And Todd Howard was talking, and they brought up Starfield to him, and he's just like, everyone seems really excited about a game that they don't even know anything about. And that's what I'm saying. Like, personally, I don't give a flying fuck about this game because I don't know what the fuck it is. Like, people are so certain on what this game is going to be, like, oh, it's going to be like Star Citizen where you can, fly from, planets to the space stations. I'm like, do you realize how fucking massive that is? Do you realize how big and how much work that is? Star Citizen is Star Citizen for a reason. Like, my God, I'm rambling here. Anything I say spark any thoughts for you?
No. You just, yeah. Sorry, I'm really
you're
tired.
Good. No, for sure. They're
kind of tipsy.
So yeah, no, we're gonna just leave this here. Like I said, we'll probably just leave Starfield where it's at until it's actually revealed, and we'll cover that at E3. Because personally, I'm not looking for another Cyberpunk. I'm not looking for this game that people just talk about nonstop. If I see fucking hashtag Star Citizen Ambassador in content creators' Twitter bios, I am immediately blocking those fucking people. Because I don't even want to deal with any of that bullshit anymore. But story number 2, let's move on. This is over at Video Games Chronicle, becoming one of my favorite sites, actually. This is by Tom Ivan. The PS5 is estimated to have doubled Xbox Series X/S sales during Q1 2021. The PlayStation 5 reportedly outsold Xbox Series X/S by more than 2-1 during the first 3 months of 2021, while Nintendo Switch outsold both its rivals combined. Well, shit. Just gonna cover this up here. That's according to research from data and analytics firm Ampere. Firm Ampere Analytics, which suggests Sony sold through 2.8 million units to consumers during the first calendar quarter. Sony recently confirmed that 3.3 million PS5 consoles were shipped in the 3 months to March 31st, with supply constrained by parts unavailability that could result in PS5 shortages until 2022. You got to fix that. According to Ampere, Xbox Series X/X consoles sold a combined of 1.31 million, harsh, until the first quarter of 2021. Microsoft didn't provide Xbox Series X/X shipment figures with its earnings results for the quarter, only noting that the hardware revenue was up 232% year over year, driven by continued demand for new consoles, which it expects to be in short supply until at least June of 2021. Both Sony and Microsoft's new consoles are suffering from supply constraints and unpredictable availability, said Ampere analysts. Analyst Piers Harding rules. Say that fucking 5 times fast. Sony will be pleased that its PS4 market share is continuing into the new generation, but it is very hard to gauge real demand under the current market conditions. Nintendo sold 5.86 million Switch consoles during the first quarter. Unfortunately, I was one of those people. According to Ampere, up 12% compared to Q1 2020. The company announced this month that it had shipped 4.7 million Switch units in the first 3 months to March 31st. So that's kind of wild. I mean, it's not really surprising concerning PlayStation is the only next gen console out there with really any games that are next gen, and with games that are coming to it soon that are next gen. Any games that have come to Microsoft has no exclusive games that are utilizing that console for its power. And state next gen like Returnal does, like Ratchet and Clank will, like Demon Souls did. So I was actually I wasn't really shocked to see this, but I felt like it was kind of eminent. What do you feel, Jay?
Ugh, sorry. I was not shocked at all. But I was just wondering, how are they selling that many consoles when you can't even find them?
Just because they get bought up so quickly, immediately. Just look at Twitter. As soon as they go, it seems like PlayStation stock has been rising a little bit more, but they still just sell out immediately, and they are doing more to try and slow it down. Like they did add in like are you a robot? Like tabs and shit like that. So you do gotta go through a source to actually get to it. So hopefully that'll make them a bit more available. But I wonder if this is going to shift at all, or if this is just going to continue, because Sony was coming on such a hot streak from the last console generation. I feel like if a Starfield exclusivity is something big enough to slow down the PlayStation, but we'll just have to find out. What'd you say there?
I said meh.
Yeah, meh. All right, story number 3. This one's kind of just for me, and just for anyone in the audience who might, be feeling a little down this week. Berserk manga creator Kentaro Miura dies aged 54. Kentaro was the creator of the manga Berserk. He has passed away at the age of 54. CNET reported the news after the editorial department of Young Animal Comics released a statement on Twitter announcing Miura's death. He died on May 6th as a result of acute erotic dissection? What the fuck? According to the official statement, we would like to express our utmost respect and gratitude to Dr. Miura's painting work and pray for his soul, the message concluded. Miura was best known for his acclaimed dark fantasy manga Berserk, which began serialization in 1989. The manga series tells the story of Guts, a lone mercenary, and Griffith, a leader of a mercenary band called the Band of the Hawk. Guts served as a template for many years, or for many heroes that came after him. The ridiculously big sword he wields in the Berserk manga arguably started a trend in anime, which spread to characters like Cloud Strife and Ichigo Kurosaki. As one of the best-selling manga series of all time, Berserk had made a significant impact on mainstream media in multiple works of fiction. This is where I come in, because I never read any of the mangas or watched the Berserk anime, but he did have a serious impact on fiction in the years since its debut. Its influence can be seen in video games like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and Final Fantasy, as well as contemporary manga and anime such as Demon Slayer, Castlevania, and Vagabond. Berserk also spawned several adaptations of its own, including 2 anime series, a film trilogy, and various video games. Fans who took to Twitter to pay tribute to Miura following the news of his death. So yeah, it was a very sad day for anime, manga, JRPG fans, because a lot of the monsters in Dark and Souls games and Final Fantasy games are heavily influenced. And like you said, Cloud Strife's sword is like cut out from the fucking manga. If you like go and look it up. So I just wanted to acknowledge this. It's pretty sad. But let's get on to story number 4. God damn it, Jay! It's the new Skyrim. It's Skyrim 2. This is over at The Verge by Andrew Webster. Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming to the PS5 and Xbox Series X in November. One of the best-selling games of all time is coming to the next-gen consoles at the end of the year. Today, Rockstar announced the Grand Theft Auto 5 and its online spin-off will both be launching on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X on November 11th. The new version was previously announced at the PS5's reveal event last year. We don't know yet what exactly will be changed for the next-gen iterations, but Rockstar says they will be expanded and enhanced. It's also not clear what the upgrade path what the upgrade path will look like for current owners of the game. GTA Online, meanwhile, will be available as a standalone title, and Sony previously said that it would be free for all PS5 owners during its first 3 months of availability. Despite launching in 2013, it's debuted on the PS3 and Xbox 360. GTA 5 has proved to be an enduring hit, one that will soon span 3 generations of game consoles. Publisher Take-Two says that the game has sold more than 140 million copies to date. That makes it the second best-selling video game of all time. Jesus fucking Christ, Jay. Jesus
I don't even
Christ.
want to talk about it.
You don't even want to talk about it?
No. No, we can, but like, it's just like, unless they're covering themselves for like what's coming, you know what I mean? Like we get people all pissed off about GTA 5 releasing again while we're making this like crazy masterpiece. Same thing with Skyrim. We just keep re-releasing and making money and then release like a banger.
I've been seeing a lot of rumors floating around recently. They're definitely not true, but I've been seeing them floating around from multiple different sources. So it is something to take note, because they did say, this is more than just a port, and they are, trying to expand and enhance the series. I've been hearing rumors that they're making it on Red Dead 2's engine. And if that's the fucking case, holy goddamn fucking shit. Shut up and take my money. Holy shit.
Yeah, I'd replay it again.
Oh my god, no fucking questions asked. But the only reason why I want this already is because personally I do love GTA Online, and I have yet to stream GTA Online at all because I cannot play my character on anything besides my PS5 or my PlayStation, and I can't port him anywhere, and it still runs at 30 FPS. And I ain't doing that. I ain't doing 30 FPS. Sorry, can't do it. Can't do it, won't do it, not doing it. So that's really frustrating, and I'm happy that it's finally got a date, and I hope that it is not around anything else that I want to play, like Horizon Zero Dawn 2 that may be there. So what are we on to? Story number 5? Yep, story number 5. This one, I think this one might be for you. This is over at IGN by Rebecca Valentine. Timesplitters studio Free Radical reforms to make a new entry at last. After years of speculation, fan requests, and false starts, Timesplitters is finally returning for real, courtesy of publisher Deep Silver and a number of original developers. Deep Silver announced today that a number of key original members from Free Radical Design have joined together to form the studio under the same name, including founders Steve Ellis and David Doak. The studio will serve as a subsidiary for Deep Silver. To finally be able to confirm that the studio has been formed and that we have a plan for the next Timesplitters game is incredible, said Ellis, who is serving as the studio development director. While we cannot tell you anything more at the moment, we look forward to sharing information in the future. Sadly, we may have to wait quite a while to see what Free Radical is cooking up. Development is not expected to begin on the new Timesplitters for a few months, with the team expecting to spend some time building on its studio in Nottingham first. Jay, you're a Timesplitters fan, right? You got to be.
Yeah, I played them. When they came out. and I forgot about it.
Oh my
Because
god.
I mean, not really forget. I mean, it was a while ago, dude.
Man, I thought you were one of the. I thought you were. Man, I thought you were cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't fucking wait. Timesplitters was my jam. I like, yeah, right there. After leaving Perfect, or after leaving Rare, the guys who made Perfect Dark and 007 Goldeneye made this shit. I wasn't a Halo guy. I was a Timesplitters guy. Because I didn't really have an Xbox, or I didn't have an Xbox, but I wasn't really playing it. Timesplitters is fucking dope, and I just spit all over my monitor, and I cannot wait for this to get more like details, and I cannot wait to wipe off that spit. This story has me so fucking excited. This is over at PC Gamer by Melindy Hetfield. Amy Hennig brings in canceled Star Wars project co-writer for a new adventure game. Back in 2019, film production company Skydance Media announced its new interactive division would be led by industry veteran Amy Hennig and former EA executive Julian Beek. Both had previously worked for EA on a canceled Star Wars game codenamed Ragtag. That was going to be the visceral made Star Wars game that was going to be like Uncharted style, because she is the creative director behind Legacy, Kane 1 and 2 and the original Uncharted trilogy. The article continues how now Hennig has been joined by another former colleague from her Ragtag days, writer and actor Todd Stashwick, who revealed he would be working with the studio on a new adventure game. The tweet also, or he says, I'm working with Amy Hennig on a core team of the industry vets on an exciting action adventure game, seeking folks that want to push the state-of-the-art animation tech. Also, if you have extensive Unreal Engine experience, please see more. The tweet also mentions that the studio is looking for a senior animation engineer and a senior software engineer. In a separate tweet, Stashwick said he's very excited to be working with Amy Hennig as always. 1 second here, because I got a burp like a motherfucker. Oh, fuck. Amy Hennig is the former creative director at Naughty Dog and co-creator, director, and writer of the first 3 Uncharted games, as well as writer on games such as Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, and Battlefield Hardline. I did not know she wrote for Battlefield Hardline. Expectations for her new game are likely high, but seeing that the studio is still in the hiring phase, it's going to be a while until we hear anything. What did you say there? Oh yeah, what up, Hectic?
Heretic.
Yeah, sorry, whatever. Zombie. It's easier for me. I'm bad with words from a distance from the corner of my eye. Jay, you're a fan of the original Uncharted trilogy, right?
Yes.
Did you ever play Battlefield Hardline? I didn't know she did that.
I didn't play the story, but I played the multiplayer, and it was sick.
Honestly, if you still have, or I mean, I don't know if you have it on PC, but the story's not bad. It's like weird. It's like they really did this weird setup where it's like, it's honestly set up like Netflix. Like when you start a mission, it starts up like an episode of a Netflix series, and then you play through it, and then it ends like an episode of Netflix. And then you could even like the credits start rolling, and then a little thing pops up in the bottom right hand corner that says like, play next episode in like 10, 9, 8. Then you could just jump over and skip it right there. Yeah, it was super unique. And I thought that that story was actually really fucking cool. I don't remember it at all, but I thought that was actually really pretty well done. But are you? What do you think? Are you excited for this at all? I am personally fucking hyped.
I am.
Anything Amy Hennig is doing, you got my money personally. I'm curious because it's by Skydance Media. They're a film production. I'm not really sure what they're going to be really doing with video games, but like I just said, I trust Amy Hennig. And if you're familiar with Annapurna, I don't know, I just said porna. Annapurna, they've been producing games a lot lately, and they have been fucking nailing it. So if it's gonna be anything like Annapurna has been putting out, then I'm very excited. Story number 7. Oh, Jay.
Simpson.
J. Yesterday, for me personally, was a sad day. Overwatch did one, or Blizzard did one of their little showcases for Overwatch 2, and they announced that they're dropping PvP from 6v6 down to 5v5, and it's dropping the tanks down from 2 a team to 1 a team, and it's causing a stir in the community, to say the least. This is over at IGN by Joe Screbbles. Blizzard yesterday announced that Overwatch will see its PvP mode reduced from 6v6 to 5v5 when Overwatch 2 is released, and it's a move that left many professional players of the game worried about their future in the esport and dismayed about dismayed about the way it was announced. In a 2-hour live stream, the Overwatch team announced the change, which will see one tank class role removed from the PvP games. At the same time, the tank role as a whole is being adapted for Overwatch 2, with many characters seemingly due to receive major changes to their playstyle. Following the announcement, multiple tank players in the official Overwatch League signaled their dismay, not just at having to relearn their chosen characters for the highest levels of play, but also at the potential of being dropped from their rosters. Many also pointed out that they weren't consulted by Blizzard ahead of the changes being made or announced. This fucking sucks. Just speaking from a guy who's got hundreds of hours in Overwatch, and someone who really, I don't really watch too much esports, but Overwatch League I do really fucking enjoy. This really sucks. Because no matter how you break this down, you are literally splitting the tank team in half, 50v, literally down the line, 50-50. Every team, they have their players that are set. We have this guy on our team to be DPS in Overwatch. We're not having him on DPS. We don't hire this amazing DPS Overwatch player to play another class. So what this means is you're going to either fire one of your 2 tank members, or you're going to bench one of your 2 tank members and have them bounce between, sitting in the chair, which is fucking bullshit. And my big fear, or what I could already tell, is this is going to totally divide the teams themselves. Because, say they do have to lay off a player. What's the DPS dude gonna, he's gonna be like, I don't want to, do we choose? I don't want to choose. These are my friends. What? So yeah, I know you're not a fan of Overwatch, but do you have any thoughts?
I feel for the dudes and the ladies and gentlemen and everyone in the esports. I feel for them, but I don't know. It's Overwatch. It's not SOCOM.
Fuck off. Okay, I thought you were about to say it's not literally anything else, but I'll give you SOCOM. Yeah, no, it's, and then also I'm thinking about it, what's this gonna do for game structure and map structure? These maps are I think
it sounds like they're gonna be more of a Rainbow Six type deal.
Yeah, these maps are so open, or these maps are so tightly designed and tight knit for the amount of players. How much is this gonna be dividing players, because they got, not only do they have to relearn the new structure of their characters, but they got to learn the new layouts of these maps. They're not as big as they're familiar with. They're shrunk down, because if you have a map that's normally fit for 12 people with all this chaos, I don't know. I'm getting over my head. It's quite frankly pretty fucking annoying. I don't even know what story we're on. All right, that's that
8.
one. Story 8. Okay. I'm just gonna roll past this one. Square Enix, god damn it. Square Enix is planning something big, or not something big, or no, they're gonna have a big E3 this year. Some big insider. I don't even know if you should fucking believe them. Take it with a grain of salt. All these insiders don't know what the fuck they're talking about lately. He's claiming that not only is Final Fantasy 16 in the works, but another Final Fantasy game is in the works that is also exclusive to the PC. So if you want to go over to VGC, you could go over there and check that out. That is another one by Tom Ivan. I have a feeling he's the only man who works at this site. Except for Chris Scullion, apparently. I included this one at the very end. This actually popped today. I included this one for you. A rock band might have accidentally revealed plans for a new Tony Hawk game. Jess Majera was guest on the Behind Closed Doors podcast last month, and at one point in the conversation switched to how bands can make money beyond album sales. One second here. I just got to put a statement out here. I was looking up ways of, I lose my voice so easily lately on this podcast. I've been looking up ways to help my voice. I saw green tea a lot. Drink green tea, green tea, green tea, green tea. Green tea ain't doing shit. I can really fucking
cigarettes.
Talk. What?
Might be the cigarettes.
No. Cigarettes never done me no harm. It says now touring is your main income, and you really have to try and get the licensing deals. Try to get in where you can on video games or whatever, because that's another way to make some money, he said. I'm assuming you guys were on at least one of the Tony Hawk games, weren't you? The interviewer asked one of CKY's songs, 96 Quit Better Beings appeared in the 2001 Tony Hawk's game, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. So I'm not even going to finish reading the article because, this just confirms they are working on another Tony Hawk game because, I feel like the last 5 Tony Hawk games have been leaked because a band was like, yeah, I'm on the next Tony Hawk game. I think they even talk about that in this article somewhere. Musicians have a form of leaking Activision's Tony Hawk plans. Early last year, punk rock group The Death Set announced on Facebook that it had just licensed 5 new songs to Tony Hawk in Tony Hawk 2020 game. Oh, I'm so happy to be done talking now. Jay, how hype are you? What do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be another Pro Skater, or like just a reboot of Pro Skater, or do you think it's going to be something new?
It could be Tony Hawk's 3 and 4, or Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, because CKY is in that game, and that makes sense
for sure.
And I think Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I loved Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. I loved all the maps from that game. Oh yeah, I'm getting there. Like three's the last easy one. Once you get to 4 was honestly a big fucking game, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember sitting there and
you talk to people.
Well, yeah, but I remember just you get all the goals finished, and then it opens up the pro goals set, and you have friggin' another long ass period of time before you get those complete. I don't know. That's just a bigger game. But yeah, I don't know. It could be 3. It could just be 96 Quite Bitter Beings again, or it could be a new Tony Hawk game coming out. That'd be pretty sick. I always liked what they did with Underground, like Thug and American Wasteland and stuff. I personally like the story-driven stuff too.
Oh yeah, I'll get into Thug here in a minute because that is the end of our news segment. As you know, we go for the news for about an hour, cover all the biggest stories that interest us during the week, and then we get into a closing topic. We like to close shop with a little topic that gives you more insight to who we are as gamers. Last week, we ranked the consoles of our generation, the consoles that we played when we were kids. That was a real fun time, so go over to youtube.com/punkwithacontroller and check that out. This week, I'm excited because we're doing our favorite memories in video games, just things that stood out the most to us in games. Just moments that we won't forget, X, Y, or Z. It's just some examples that, I thought were tacky, that I didn't want to include, but that are genuine moments I won't forget. Pulling the Master Sword in Legend of Zelda. Picking your first Pokemon in Pokemon Yellow. These are moments that are unforgettable that set me for life. So this is a topic that's actually really near and dear to my heart now that I think about it. So we are going to take a little couple-minute break. I'm going to go to the bathroom, smoke a cigarette, get my vocal cords warmed up with something fucking warm, not semen. So we'll be back in a couple minutes. I promise it's not semen. Jay, stop laughing. Please don't go anywhere. Twitch.tv/punkwithacontroller. Like and subscribe. Jae, twitch.tv/LordxHam. Go and show him some love while you got a second. We'll be right back. All right, we are back with our closing topic. We are ending with our favorite memories in video game history. We're doing the classic 5 and 5, our top 5 favorite memories in video games, and then 5 honorable mentions. I don't know about you, Jay, but I had a lot to choose from here.
I did too.
Why don't you hit me with one of your honorable mentions?
I'm gonna have to go with the one that just became one of my favorite moments of this week, a couple days ago. Traveling to Vinland in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which no one here has played Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Like pretty much with all this stuff, there's gonna be fucking spoilers. So
Oh
fair
yeah,
warning.
that's one thing that I probably should have put at the top of this is that this this closing topic here is going to be very spoiler heavy. Uh Here, let me give me 1 second. Just because I kind of want to just go over the games that we're going to spoil just so people have an idea.
There's only a
So
couple that really are actually being spoiled.
So we're gonna be spoiling Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Far Cry 5, Manhunt 2, Red Dead Redemption 2, Mafia 3, Fallout 3, Mafia 2, A Way Out, Resident Evil 1, Spider-Man 2018, Tony Hawk's Underground, Arkham Asylum, Death Stranding, Uncharted 4, Journey, South Park: The Stick of Truth, Red Dead Redemption, Metal Gear Solid 3, Castlevania: Symphony of the Night, and God of War 2018. So if you have not played any of those games, I highly recommend you stop watching the show right now. If you don't care, just go ahead and continue watching. If you get back to them, you can just go to youtube.com. All this will be uploaded Sunday. But yeah, sorry to cut you off there, Jay. Why don't you continue with
You're good.
going to Vinland?
So, all right. Basically, I don't want to get into too much detail. You have a blood feud and kill this dude's dad, and then he kind of carries the torch and like escapes, and you finally find out where he is. So you have to, it's like a 3-week voyage. You have to leave all your shit behind. You don't get to bring anything. You have to dress as like a worker kind of deal. And you show up, and it's like I was like straight out, like when I got there, I was like, dude, this is North America. And like
Oh shit, you go to
you
Canada?
yeah, and you
No.
end up
I just
because
guessed.
Vinland was a real place that was discovered by Leif Erikson 5 centuries before Christopher Columbus.
That colonist rapist piece of shit. Hinger
Right.
dinger durgan.
Um uh but anyway, back to Assassin's Creed. You go there and you have to like investigate something, and you walk down this path, and all of a sudden you do a lookout of Assassin's Creed, get on top of the thing and look around, and you see the Iroquois village, and you're like, holy, like, where am I? And like you walk into the village, and you're like, I don't know if it's like it was like a spiritual thing, like your raven flies in on your shoulder, and they're like wow, but and it's all, they speak complete native, like even the subtitles are you don't have no idea what they're saying, but
That's
it's
cool.
just the whole, and then yeah, you have to like gear up, and you have to trade with them, and you end up in like full Native American garb, like headdress and everything, with a big ass beard and stuff. So I thought that
That's
was one of the coolest things in any Assassin's Creed thing. And it's a one and done. You go there, you do everything, you leave.
nice. Yeah, my first honorable mention here is the Tampa Am and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Um, I'll never like that's a moment I'll never forget is
I
when
have it
you
all.
when yeah, exactly, when you specifically just the ending once you finish the am, you come in first and all the team members are coming up to you like join my team, join my team, join my team.
Bam,
And
dude.
then Bam steps in, he's like, nah, fuck all you guys, you're coming to Element. And then yeah, you get to watch all the tapes of all the fucking people and you get to choose which team you want to go to. And I remember being so torn on who to fucking go to. I was so torn between Girl Zero and Element. I like every playthrough I did. I don't think I ever played on another team besides those three. Um, but I mean, yeah, that game actually honestly didn't get enough credit for how big it was because you genuinely did get a different. I'm pretty sure you got a different tour manager for each one of the teams.
Yeah.
And like you had like different interactions with the tour managers and with the team members. So yeah, that's one moment I really do think of a
I
lot often.
I re- I remember that like when you roll into Tampa and you're pulled over by Officer Dick.
Yeah. Cops
One
push
bad
Mongo.
bumper sticker. And then, hey man, let me tell you something. That line was bullshit, but in a good way. I can
So
quote it to
yeah,
this
no,
day.
that's my first honorable mention. You wanna hit me with another one?
Yeah. I'll plop this one in there. Far Cry 5.
I
Depending on the
never played
ending
Far
you
Cry
get.
5.
Really?
Yeah, never no interest.
So the whole game, like you're getting, you read things, kind of like Fallout or whatever, and you're like kind of getting some like you're reading like there's tensions growing like around the world outside of what's happening there with the cult. You're dealing with the cult and everything, but like you also get information that the whole world is falling apart and like North Korea and like all this shit, all this stuff's going on. And the father or whatever, you have him captured and at the end he's like, you know, basically it was like your president fucked up, and everyone's gonna burn in hell for everything they've ever done. And he's standing there and all of a sudden, dude, super big flash, big mushroom cloud rising off in the distance, and like you're like, oh my god, and like all of a sudden the shockwave, boom, and like the father's just standing there in handcuffs, like I told you so, and then you're just like trying to get to the bomb shelter, and like there's just it's a nuclear war starts going off. And you make it into the bomb shelter, and it's just you and the guy you've been trying to capture the whole fucking game stuck in that shelter. And then Far Cry New Dawn, you can tell they were developing them at the same time because it's the same map, but like 50 years later, after the events of 5. Which New Dawn was for that
Wasn't 5
Mad
like
Max.
Montana?
Yeah. Yeah, New Dawn's the same exact map, but like completely different in its own way. But yeah, the ending was just wicked. That was the ending I got. I know there's several. You could beat the game at the beginning of the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like be like, arrest me. All right, I'll arrest you. That's the end of the game, or like something like that. I forgot. Or like if you don't arrest them, you're like, yeah, whatever. And then the credits roll like 5 minutes in.
That's dope. Um my next honorable mention is the Scarecrow nightmare sequence in Batman Arkham Asylum, specifically the first time it happens. That one really stands out to me just because that was one of those moments that just completely caught me off guard. Like that was like you walk into the morgue and there are three body bags and then you open up one and it's your mom and you're like, what is going on? And then you open up the second one and it's your dad and you're like, okay. Okay, the Joker is gonna be in like the third one and like this is some weird dream sequence. Then you open up the third one and it's the fucking scarecrow and he sticks you full of nightmare. fuel, and you fucking get transported to this weird fucking 2D, like 2.5D platforming style level where you got to shine these lights on this colossal scarecrow to kill him. And it was just such a turning point. It was so unique. It was completely different and caught me off guard, and that's why that one really stood with me.
Dang.
Yeah, you want
I played that game a while ago. All right. Next honorable mention for me is a game that I don't recommend anyone play nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
but
Yeah.
but I'm old and I got to play it in the heyday.
Unfortunately.
Well, all right. All like the game aside, right? When you when you finally figure out what is actually fucking going on the whole time. So like you're constantly jumping back between you and this dude Leo, which you're coming to find out he's like a serial killer, right? So like it's like in the now you're playing as Danny and Leo's around telling you what to do. And then you go and you play as Leo doing something. Well, come to find out that like you signed up for like this medical experiment for money and they implant and hypnotize like a serial killer's conscience into your brain. So the whole time Leo's never been there. When you play as Leo, that was just like him taking over and making this dude do some shit. And then, in the now, when he's following you around, he was never there. It's just been you the whole time going fucking crazy. And then you kind of have to like go into your mind and then you kill him. And yeah, there's two endings. Then you unlock a second ending where Leo wins, takes over. But yeah, it was kind of crazy. I remember being a little kid on the airplane playing on my PSP, like, whoa, dude, I gotta put in Liberty City Stories. This was rough.
Yeah, I never got to the second one. What do I got here? Oh yeah, okay. Um, Death Stranding. You can kind of see it back there. It's blurred out. I got a shrine to this game. It came out 2019. It was Hideo Kojima's first game after leaving Konami. It was PlayStation exclusive. It's on PC now. This game really, 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 really means a lot to me. The credit sequence was something I've never really experienced before in a game, and to say that is rare. To say that with a Hideo Kojima game is quite common. I will. There was a handful of options I could have chose, but I chose another one for later on in my actual mentions. Um, but basically the credits right before the credits happen, you kill yourself. And you end up on the beach. And the beach has been talked about throughout the whole game. The beach is essentially purgatory, where you wait on the beach until you're allowed to pass over to the other side. Um, and the whole credit sequence is you're completely gray, you're grayed out, and you're just walking on this beach. And every 2 or 3 minutes, maybe less, it felt like that long, he would just plop down in the sand and sit there for 30 seconds and then get up, and then you could just keep walking up and down the beach. There's nothing to do. You're not doing anything. There's just running up and down this beach. And it's literally for like 45 minutes you're doing this. You can't skip the credits. You can turn off the game, but it'll just boot you to the last checkpoint, which is before it. And right around the time where I'm like, dude, just fucking end already. This is stupid. I'm sick of fucking doing this. Just walking up and just fucking end. He finds like literally like a second after I started thinking that, he finds a pistol in the sand and he picks it up and he puts the gun to his head and he starts shaking and then he pulls the trigger and then he gets, because the game is so fucking weird, he's back to life. But that got me thinking, and I'm like, oh my god, this is what Hideo wanted. Like, he wanted me to feel like Sam Bridges, Norman Reedus' character in this game right now. He wanted me to feel stranded on this beach, hopeless with nothing to do. Fucking Hideo Kojima wanted me to kill myself. So yeah, like after that, and that wasn't even the real credits. That was just the credits for that for that for that scene. After that, I was like fucking stood up and I was like, bravo. Like, my God. I was so fucking annoyed and frustrated, and rightfully so, apparently, because you wanted me to be. But yeah, that was just one of the few moments, one of the many moments, I should say, from that game that really, really stood out to me. But you want to hit me with another one?
Yeah. My next honorable mention is Red Dead Redemption 2 robberies, but in particular, two of them. One being the what's the first town? Valentine.
Yeah.
That robbery, and then the second one being like the train station you end up robbing.
Yeah, and Saint
Saint Denis. And like I just remember like playing it and like riding in like, oh, we're about to go hit this, we got a plan, this that, and it's all like, cowboys, blah, blah, outlaws and shit. We're like talking shit about Bill Williamson or something like that. And then you mask up and you go in, you kick open the door, and dude, like, just for me personally, the first time I played, like, Rockstar's really good with setting tone. Like the music
Yeah, a lot of it's the music
changes.
for me.
Yeah, the music changes, and like the hair was standing up on the back of my neck. Like everything just got so tense. And like, you're telling her, like, give me all your money. Like, or going through a train car, it's like really tense. Like you don't know what's going on. Then they're like, hit the safe, and you're like, come on, you better hurry. And you're like, like, trying to get as much as you can. It's just like that feeling was like pretty cool. I
Yeah,
like
the
that.
one of the things I was thinking about putting in here was the robbery that started all that, which was the bank robbery with Packy in GTA 4. Um, just cause I mean that is what like set the stone for Rockstar loving doing these giant, really
Yeah.
cinematic robbery sequences. Um, so yeah, I was thinking about doing that one, but I ended up passing on it. But yeah, no, they, for better or worse, they're really good at those cinematic, yeah, robberies. They're really good at setting a tone and setting a scene. Like I
Just
said,
how it just how it seamlessly, like, you push open the double door and it's
yeah,
instantly like,
in gameplay,
"Ow."
yeah,
Like, all right, like how I could describe it off the cut. You like take some Lucy and you're chilling there, and all of a sudden everything's like, "Ew," and you're like, whoa.
well,
Like,
it's like Uncharted in the sense of the cutscenes are running in engine, so
yeah,
so you like there are times where like here you're like, oh wait, I have control. Oh fuck. Because like you think it's still in the cutscene, which I actually personally really like. What do I got here? My next two honorable mentions are pretty short. The ending of Uncharted 4, I thought was just a very sweet, awesome culmination to the series. Drake's daughter and her, wanting to do all these adventures with her dad, writing and having all the clips of the newspapers and the magazines of her mom and dad. I really liked that in the house on the beach. There was a point at that end of the game where when she walked out on the deck and Drake and Elaine roll up in the Jeep, for about 2 seconds, just not even like fraction of a second, I thought, because there were teases that Uncharted and The Last of Us take place in the same universe. Um, I really thought Drake was gonna get out of the truck covered in blood, like all torn up, holding a shotgun. Like, get in the car, we gotta go now. And then it just like cuts, and then it just ends. For like a split second, I thought that was gonna be it, but no. The ending either way, it was great. It set up for a possible spin-off series where Nathan plays that Sully character from the original trilogy, and you play as his daughter, which personally I've been waiting for. Like, I really do want that to happen.
Yeah,
But
that'd be
I know
cool.
you're a big fan of the ending of that one too.
Yeah, that was like the way I felt. I was like, man, that was a perfect ending. If they were to wrap it up with that, I would have been fine. If they were to keep doing shit with that, I would be fine. You know
For
what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a perfect ending and it's a perfect foreshadowing.
Yeah, totally. Cuz yeah, I mean, I as someone who had a PS3 not at launch, I had it a year after launch. I had got one in 2007, which is when Uncharted came out. That was one of my first games for the PlayStation 3. As someone who's been with Nathan Drake since I was literally a child, giving him the that very kind send off, because from what I understand, Amy Hennig, she had a lot of Uncharted 4 already written and made up. There's even like kind of not really a trailer for her Uncharted 4. And it was apparently going to be really dark. And it was going to be like really upsetting. And it was called Drake's Deception for a reason. Because
Yeah.
it was going to be about, how Drake is going to be paying for all of his mistakes. Because that's always been, one of the questions in all these Uncharted games is like, how good of a guy is Drake when he's killed 90 people by the end of the first game alone? So like they were going to take all of that into like context and like make that a poignant part of the game, which unfortunately we'll never see. And it did kind of end a lot, more lighthearted than I wanted it to, but I loved and thought the ending was very good nonetheless.
Agreed. All right, my last honorable mention has got to be. It's like a more of a sequence and a moment, I guess, not a cutscene. I don't know. I just Mafia 3, right? Not a great game, but it's an alright game for
It
the
had a lot
time.
going for it for me personally.
It,
It was just
it
too
was riding on
repetitive.
a lot. Yeah, that's all it
There's no
was, and
fast travel.
it came out during that time when everything was repetitive
Yeah.
and shit.
Uh, I thought the story was great and the voice acting and everything, but I
Oh
couldn't
yeah.
even finish it because it was also extremely broken at launch, if I remember
Mhm.
correctly.
Yeah, I got it on PS4, but there's a there's a sequence in the game which you could YouTube it. It's pretty dope. It's just sometimes the music sets a tone for something, and like you take this one dude out and you hear all these cars like rolling up, you know, and like parking and doors slamming and shotguns, going. And like whoever you're with, they're like, oh shit, like the blah 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 Fratelli brothers are here or whatever, and like all of a sudden you hear like it's like a cut scene goes right into gameplay of you like getting your gun ready and like all the dudes coming in. You just hear subtly, "Hello, I'm Johnny Cash." Down 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 down, and it starts playing Folsom Prison Blues live, and it's like this Hollywood shootout with like Johnny Cash over top of it. And it just like it was sick. And they did
Yeah.
that for every single one. Like they did Runaway, the song Runaway?
Yeah.
They did it with that, like bum dun 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 dun, like, and then there was like a shootout or like a car chase. And like they did some cool stuff with like the music during that time. Um but I just remember the Folsom Prison Blues one specifically. I was like, that's cool. That makes me want. It reminds. Have you seen Kingsman?
Yeah.
The church scene.
Oh yeah.
Like you couldn't watch that church scene without the music that like carries the whole scene. So like it reminds me of that.
And then my last one is real quickly is Journey is this was a small PlayStation exclusive for a while. I'm pretty sure it's on other stuff now. This game is one of my favorite games of all time. It's only like 3 hours long. You can play it in one setting. The ending of the game is just I started bawling in the end of it, and I couldn't even tell you why. You're literally journeying from the desert to the top of this mountain, as far away as the eye can see, and you never make it. As you climb the mountain, it starts getting snowier and snowier, and the weather starts getting worse and worse. And just as you keep pushing forward, you start to just get drowned in the snow, and you're able to kind of jump and fly a little bit or glide with your scarf. And one of the last things that happens is your scarf gets blown off you, and you're only stuck with struggling and drowning in the snow. And unfortunately, if you're like me, there was someone next to you that was where this was all happening. And when the game ends, it shows you a list of all of these people that you've been playing with. And you realize that throughout this entire journey you've made, all these other basically copies of you that have been running around the world also going on their own journey, those have been other online players doing their other thing. And they never acknowledged it up until the very end. And like that broke my heart. I was like, me and this guy, me and this girl, me and this person right here just fucking died on our journey, and we'd never made our fucking God. So yeah, that's definitely that was in my top five, but I bumped it down for some other things. But Jay, why don't you hit me with your first top five?
Opening the doors to Megaton in Fallout 3 for the very first time. That's all I gotta say. Like that whole town it encapsulates Fallout 3. Like you walk in, there's a sheriff. Hey, what are you? Or and then they got the Protectron standing. Welcome
Yeah.
to Megaton, and I'm like, let's see what's going on in here, and it's just a fucking atom bomb that never went off, and they created the thing, a city around it, and I just love how you can blow it up.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about putting Megaton in my list just because that was something that I've never seen in a game before. Is you
Yeah,
decide
never.
the city's fate,
Right off
whatever.
the rip.
Yeah. So yeah, no, yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite ones too. Um, my my first
I
one.
laughed at this one because I loved it too.
Going to Canada in South Park, the Stick of Truth, dude. You were caught off guard completely when that happened, right? And then it
Yeah,
just jumped to like this 2D, like almost Final Fantasy
Zelda.
4
It looked
Chrono
like
Trigger,
Zelda.
yeah, style game, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? And like, dude, I prefer to play in Canada because like those are my games. Like that's my game style right there. So dude, that caught me off guard so hard. I was in tears laughing the entire fucking time because of course that's what Canada would look like in a video game.
Yep.
They would be 30 years behind. But yeah, no.
The barking spiders and all the caves and
Yeah,
shit.
the random ass animals. But yeah, no, I fucking love that one. What's your next official honorable mention?
It's gonna be another Mafia, but this time from the best one, Mafia 2. Getting out of prison. Like,
Coming out in the 60s or the 50s? Yeah, it was the
50s.
50s.
Like,
Yeah.
you go in the 40s, and you come out in the 50s, and everything's different. Convertibles, everything's vibrant. You get in the car, and you're like, what's playing? It's
The
like, this is called
clothing.
rock and roll.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not like, it's like all like 50s rock and roll music, and like the clothing style, everything has changed. And I just love that. how they pass the time into that time period and how it like affects Vito as a character on how like wow, I've really been away for that long, like everything's changed. And it kind of happened the same like at the beginning of the game when you come back from World War II and you're like, I drove a Jeep. And
Yeah,
Joey's like, what the hell is a Jeep? You know?
yeah, yeah, that's what I was gonna say is that game specifically was really, really good with time lapses. Like the cinematic aspect of time lapses. Like I remember when you first like join the mob and it's like a time lapse of you and your buddy getting, uh like beating people up and like working your way up the tower. And then yeah, when you get out of prison, it's like, this fast montage of like, all of the 50s shit. Yeah, no, Mafia 2 was great, and fuck, the ending of that game. You want to talk about memories. You straight
Oh,
up just fucking sell your friend out down the fucking river. That was hard.
I never played the DLC.
I didn't even know there
Where
was DLC.
yeah, you play as Joey and you see that whole ending from his point of view.
What?
Yeah, you
Are you
play the whole game. Yeah,
serious?
you play the whole game from his perspective.
The
Well,
whole
not the whole.
game?
I don't know about the
I was
whole
about to
game,
say,
but
yeah, it has to
like,
be like just a 3 or 4 hour section.
yeah, you get Joey's car and shit. Yeah,
Damn, that's
might be worth going back and checking it out on the Steam.
um. Let's see here. Oh yeah, my number 4 here. I feel like this is one that anyone watching this episode can agree on. Riding into Mexico and Red Dead Redemption. Uh, I think it's Jose Alejandro. I can't remember. It's Jose someone. Jose something. When he kicks in out of nowhere, like that's also something I feel like. Well, besides Metal Gear Solid, because that's spoiler alert. That's my number 2. Besides Metal Gear Solid, I feel like that type of music has never just kicked in before, or if it did, it was just never good enough and it just never stood out. But dude, I still have that song on a playlist and I still listen to that shit to this day cuz that song is so fucking good and set up with that sequence of you riding into Mexico. And if I remember correctly, there's not even a waypoint. You just know where to go. Like it's just like the one path and you just follow it. I think it maybe forks once or twice, but you're like, I know where to go. I know where to go.
Yeah, no, I know that game did that several times.
Yeah, I wanted for me I was torn between that and the ending itself. But the fate of John Marston, as you will. But
Oh,
the ride into Mexico is something I'll never forget.
I know. I'll never forget where I was sitting when I saw it for the first time on the PS3.
So you want to
All right.
yeah, hit me with your next one?
Yeah, my number 2 is seeing the first zombie in Resident Evil 1 on the PS1. Dude, I'll never forget. I wasn't even playing the game. My uncle was playing the game and I was watching. And he made it, you walk to the end of that hallway and that thing's like eating on someone and looks over its shoulder. Oh my god. I had nightmares for months.
Yeah, you
Like,
could still look up the screenshot of that thing when it like cocks its head, and it's still to this day fucking terrifying.
well, you know what? You know what's terrifying is that the version of the game that my uncle had was the director's cut, which on the cover is that shot. I'll never forget like going through the games and being like, you're like,
Get
no, 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 no.
rid of that one, yeah.
I remember comparing it to Resident Evil 2. I'm like, that one's not that scary. Just the eye looking
Yeah,
through the thing, which is still pretty terrifying.
for sure. Um, hold on, I just backed out of my document for a second here. Where am I at? My next one is for fans of Metal Gear Solid 3,
I
you'll be
know what this is.
you'll be familiar. It's just called the ladder sequence. That's what a lot of people just refer to. You've basically been in this underground like bunker place for like a really long time, and you know this ladder is your way out finally, you know, to fresh air. Even being, you know, just being in game trapped down there, you want to fucking be outside. And this ladder is impossibly long. And like in riding into Mexico and Red Dead Redemption, of less than halfway climbing up, this song starts playing, and it starts playing with just the woman singing, and then everything else slowly comes in, and it just builds to this massive orchestrated fucking power move, and it's so intense. And then once you finally emerge, it is just all out epicness. Fucking Metal Gear Solid 3, one of the greatest games of all time. Go ahead,
That's
Jay.
Snake Eater.
Yeah, that's Snake Eater.
All right. I think, man, I I compromised. I have a lot of number ones, but this one like kept coming up.
Wait, you're on? Yeah, you skipped number 2.
No, oh, I skipped one of them. Well, this one,
You
all
skipped
right,
a way out. Looks
3.
like.
Yeah, all right. Well, I will go over that one this time. Um, I don't know if a lot of people played A Way Out. I know you needed like a co-op partner to play through the whole game,
It's
which,
worth it.
you know,
If you
it
can
is
find one,
very
it is 100% worth it.
and like that's when I met my streaming buddy, Where's Wagner, and we played through that shit. That was like the first time we like streamed together. That's actually when the day I met Heretic, I was playing that game. That's funny. And dude, just like the the ending, the just like sheer like, oh my god, and like, you know, Wagner
Yeah.
was the rat, and I
Oh
was
yeah,
like, you son of a bitch the whole time. And then he fucking like we got the ending because then the whole time you're working together and it flip flops the whole end of the game's PvP.
yeah. For how did you win? Did you lose?
I lost.
Cause
The
see,
rat won.
that was the most annoying part for me. Like, dude, there has to have been something where like you were supposed to lose because, dude, I swear his health was ridiculous. Like, I could
Yeah.
not put a fucking dent in that guy. Yeah, my buddy kicked my ass when we played. It was really annoying, but I was like, that's fine. I got the old boy sequence because memorable moments for me from A Way Out was that sequence when you're playing as the fucking skinny guy with the big nose, and it turns like 2D, and you're like fucking like a 2D side scroller, and you're like fighting dudes down a hallway, and like you're grabbing lamps off the stool and like beating the guy's ass, and dudes are coming at you from both sides. And I remember my buddy was just like, dude, I want to be fucking playing that segment. I'm like, fuck you, sucker. Um, yeah,
Well, yeah,
Way
he
Out
was
was
always
dope.
someone like when you steal that farmer's truck.
Yeah. You're
Yeah, and
always
you're like I was in the back with the shoddy. You
yeah,
know,
you
like
always
that
got to
game
do the
was.
fun shit.
I want to play It Takes Two. Like I heard it was really good.
My only I've heard really good things about it too. But I mean, you would be really good playing that with Lady Ham because I've heard that's a really good like significant other game. Like the game's been described as a rom-com, and I don't really know if that would, you know, be fun to play with one of my dudes.
Right.
um,
I don't know.
yeah, no, for sure. Maybe one of them might get it, but also it might kind of go over our heads. Um, my second to last one is the inverted castle in Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Next to Psycho Mantis and Metal Gear Solid, I would say this is probably one of the most innovative mechanics in video game history. So in in Castlevania Symphony of the Night, you're going through Dracula's castle the whole time, and there's this invisible enemy or this invisible minion of Dracula that kind of follows you around named Shaft. And you can only see him with the holy glasses, which are a really hard and rare item to find. And if you do get the glasses, you see Shaft and you're able to kill him. And once you do that, it reveals the inverted castle. So, I mean, you know the castle from Castlevania. Like, it's so iconic, the floating castle. The inverted castle is basically that upside down on top of it. And you could go through the castle again upside down, turned around. So everything it's the same map upside down, turned around, and it is completely fucking different. And it was like one of the most insane things I've ever experienced in a video game. And honestly, nothing really has like compared to something like that. Maybe Megaton, honestly, in the sense of just something drastically changes the area so much.
Yeah.
But like that is something that I will never forget. You want to hit
All
me with your
right.
number one?
Yeah. Like I was saying earlier, my number one, I really contemplated for a while and I just chose one that made me happy and one that came up a lot in my head. And that was when, Spider-Man 2018, I'm sitting there waiting for midnight to hit my digital release so I could play it as soon as it's live. I load it up on stream and I hit play, and boy, was I in for a goddamn treat. Cause like that game, it was just like a pure Spider-Man game
That's got to be one of
right
the
from
best
the get-go.
openings.
Oh,
Like
I
that
know,
that has to be like one of the best openings of all time. You just
dude. It just
swing out
got
you get the call, you like they pan through the room and you see that he's like circled Kingpin and you see that he's been like tracking him and down and he's been waiting for this day. All within like one camera pan, you get all of that information, and then he gets the call, web slings his gear, puts it on, jumps out the window, and you're in. You're
and
playing
you're
now.
in. And I was happy to see like that suit. I didn't wear the 2018 suit at all during the game. I strictly wore that one that he wore in the beginning of the game, the classic suit, the whole time I played.
See, I stuck with the 2018 suit just because it was very narratively driven. So, I liked wearing it for that aspect.
Yeah, I understand that. But like back to like just that opening sequence was just pure bliss for any Spider-Man fan. Like I just remember being so stoked, and I remember I could go back and find the clip. I saved the VOD. Um, of me just like going like, "Oh my god, wait, we're in, here we go," and the music's going, and like right then and there, you fucking get to feel out the web swinging, like just right off the rip,
Thwip,
like
release. Thwip, release. um, yeah, no, that game is honestly it's one of the best PS4 games without a doubt. And then my number one is The Last of Us Part Two. The entire game, any moment, pick your moment. That's my favorite game. No, I'm kidding. Unlike you, my favorite moment was pretty easy to think of. It's from God of War 2018. If you just saying that, you already know the moment I'm talking about. Basically, your son Atreus gets poisoned by this arrow, and the only way that you can cleanse him is by going to Helheim and retrieving this material. And uh, mad echo right there, but we're good. But you got to go to Helheim and collect this material. And since the start of the game, it's super rare. Every now and again, you'll come across one of these frost enemies. They're just blue. They cast ice. They're all ice enemies. So your axe, the Leviathan axe, which is casted with frost, isn't really doing much to them. So you got to beat the shit out of them. So the idea of you going to Helheim, where these things have been coming from, where it's going to be essentially only those things, you're like, I can't win. This is going to be impossible. And Freya is even telling you, you can't do this. It is going to be impossible. And Kratos looks down at his hands and he looks at the burned wraps that are sealed around his wrists and he just says, I know what I must do. And I was like, you're not going to fucking do it. I know you're setting me up for this, but you're not going to do it. And then when he gets in this fucking boat, this canoe to sail back to you don't know where, but I'm like, you're not fucking doing it. He just starts getting all of these flashes of his past from arguments with Zeus, discussions with Athena, like just everything from the first 3 games. And I'm like, what are they fucking doing? And then he fucking goes home. He kicks open the door to his cabin. I'm like, don't you fucking do it. And then he rips open the floorboard, the place where he told his son to never go. And then he pulls out this box and he opens it up and he pulls out the fucking blades of chaos. And as he fucking grabs them, the fire that warps around his wrist and around his arms and the fucking blades, it was like the most epic thing ever. And then he steps outside and all those blue things roll up and it becomes like, at first, like it was kind of this Dark Souls like kind of action game, but once you get the blades of chaos, it goes right back to old school God of War where it is all combo based, except it is fucking tenfold because not only do you have the blades of chaos, but you got the Leviathan axe and you got your fists. So you're fucking doing like circle, circle, triangle, R1 with the blades of chaos to do this crazy swing technique. And then you pull out the Leviathan axe and you press XX square and you jump up and you slam Frost down on everyone. And then you fucking chuck the Frost axe at someone and it pins them to the wall. And then you run up and you start beating the shit out of them with your fists. God, you like, I've never felt so badass in a game than I did in God of War 2018. And yeah, that is easily my favorite moment in any video game. Jay, that is our lists. We've been going for almost 2 hours now. Do you got anything else you'd like to just shout out? Any other moments that, you know, just a quick little pop off? I'm not putting you on the spot. If you don't want to, you know, if you're just like, nah, not really. It's totally whatever.
I was trying to think, but yeah, no, I'm shooting blanks.
All right. Well, we're both fucking exhausted, so we are going to go and enjoy our weekend. I hope you enjoy yours. This has been Punk with a Controller. We are live Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Usually follow us on all social media to know exactly when we're going live. Twitch.tv/Punk with a Controller. Go over to the co-hosts channel, LordxHam, where you could follow and like and subscribe there. He's streaming a lot of games, different varieties, first-person shooters, RPGs, pretty much anything you like to see, anything that's popular, he's playing. This is going to be live Sunday. It might actually, no, it should be live Sunday. I just got a busy weekend ahead of me, so I should have it uploaded on time. YouTube.com/punkwithacontroller. Go check out all the 8 episodes prior. Leave a comment. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. Like and subscribe. I've said that about 5 or 6 million fucking times. I'm tired. Jay, this has been a fun episode, man.
Yes, it has.
All right. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a nice weekend. Peace.
Peace.